My life depends on trying to figure a scribble I could let loose, dodging the dribble that they trying to throw my way. I think I figured that them figures out to get you. Let them pull the strings that trigger what you say. Think it's difficult to get out on my brain.
What's going on YouTube? Carson Cruz. Today we're going to go through the best value lockdown defender cards in NBA 2K20 Myteam. These cards were the highest ranked cards sorted on 2K20 Central for their position. Overall for defense, some of these cards are on the Galaxy Opal. Some of them are pink diamonds. There's even a Sapphire on this list that ranks. They got stats of an Opal, basically lower tiered, and then these are the best defenders. They're going to be ranked according to value and by what types of liabilities they will give you on the offensive end of the floor. First up is the Galaxy Opal Dr J. And Galaxy Opal Dr J is going to be on the S tier. Galaxy Opal Dr J, elite dribbling. Since he got the update, he has elite defensive badges and stats now. He's an elite post player. He's got gold range extender. He's probably the best card in the game with gold range extender. That's where I would rank him. So he goes S tier on here, and he would be A or S tier in the game for me as well too. His undersized is overshadowed by his ability to play the post on offense and defense. Next up is the Diamond Robert Covington, super elite card, the best top 2-3 card in the regular current Spotlight Sims for the Diamond ones. One thing I didn't mention is all these cards are going to be buy now or free from Unlimited or Triple Threat or the Spotlight Sims. I don't have any of the redeemable Spotlight Sim rewards on here, but I do have that. Next up is the Galaxy. Well, this Robert Covington dude is Tadibo, DBG, all of them speak highly of it. Next, we have the Rudy Larusso, elite level, kind of like Dr. J. He has the burly build, I believe, man. He's the most powerful shooting guard I've used all year. He's huge. He goes putback dunks. He plays awesome on defense. He feels a little stiff at first, but once you get used to that fundamental dribbling style, I think that he probably has on his card. Or maybe power, I'm not even sure. It's crazy. It's a little bit different, but an elite shooter. His release is quick. It's good. Yeah. Next up is Galaxy Opal Draymond Green, and he goes up here on the S tier as well. Maybe one of the best defenders in the game. He can guard all 5 positions. He has a nice release. His dribble moves are Russell Westbrook, so the only problem there is the crossover. Everything else is freaking nice. I love that card, and yeah, he has to go up here as our S tier point guards. We're going to try to do 2 per position. It's going to be tough, man. I know I'll be putting all the cards up there at the top. Next up is this John Havlicek. He's 6'5". He plays more like 6'3" or 6'4". So he's a little bit undersized at the 3. At the 2, he's okay, but he's still going to be a little bit small. He's a lead defensive player. His speed is what is lacking, keeping him from being on that A or S tier. Other than that, good release, speed and dribble moves, I would say. Other than that, he's got a good release. He can go dunk if he's going to the basket, and he's a clutch shooter as well. Next up is this pink diamond Thurl Bailey, and I got him on the A tier, and I just don't love his release, guys. Like, as much as I try to like his release, I do not love his release, and he, maybe elite on defense. He just doesn't have quite that next level that I like and love, and the release is just, it feels like it bounces back way too often for that. Next up is this Sapphire Andre Roberson, and I got him down here on D tier because he's probably the worst on this list, but you can only going to use this card to overall cheese, but he has Opal ratings on defense, bro, and when he evos up to a Ruby, you can get it for under 2K most days in the auction house, or go do it yourself. It's pretty easy. Just hit a couple threes. He comes okay on offense, but dude, I used him to lock up Pink Diamond T-Mac before overall cheesing, so this card is the real deal. Next up is this Russell Westbrook, and you could use him at center or power forward and win a couple games in Unlimited. That'd be fine. He's not going to be as much of a liability at power forward. His stats and badges are absolutely elite, though. And the only thing is, this is a triple threat card. So you use him in triple threat, he's going to be your point guard unless you're using dudes that are under 6'3", which most people don't. So he's probably one of the best point guards of triple threat. I mean, he's basically what Opal Westbrook's going to be like. He's just probably going to be able to play point guard, shooting guard. Next up is this free Ben Simmons. and I put him here. He's kind of dated, but I want, all these cards have green on every stat above 80 on defense. But for a free card, dude, I see people using so much worse out there at the 4 or the 3, and they use free Kobe at the 3, free Jordan, Diamond KD, just Amethyst Paul George, just cards that are either super dated or irrelevant, like they just don't have all the stats and badges that you need. And besides being able to shoot threes, this Ben Simmons is one of the best dunkers, posterizers in the game. Next up is Galaxy Opal Chamberlain, and to me he's the best defensive center in the game. One of the best dunkers, like fast transition players, catch oops, snatch blocks. He's got, dude, he looks like similar wingspan to Bonga out there, and but faster with the ball. His dribble moves are okay at best. They really didn't hook him up there, but he has a decent release on all of his post fades and stuff. Like, I really like those. And I don't shoot threes with him, so that'd be the only thing. But that's obviously why he's probably not up there at the top, is that he can't do all that and have range extender. But I guarantee you, he's a better dunker, post player, and defender than any of those range extender centers are. Next up is this Evo diamond to pink diamond Mcgwire Richardson. And Michael Ray, dude, he was like always the guy that people want to use to lock up the original glitch point guards like LeBron, Giannis, Ben Simmons, those guys. And now he evils up to pink diamond. He becomes great on offense. He gets playmaking badges, shooting and finishing, as well as upgrade to his defensive. I believe he gets Hall of Fame Intimidator, which he was missing Intimidator altogether. He's got it now. He's like 20 KMT, best value that there is. Next up is this Theo Ratliff Amethyst, and dude, he's just like a step below this Wilt. Until Wilt and some of the other newer cards come out, he was one of the best defensive cards in the game. And Stunna and I used him to go 12-0, I believe, for, I don't even remember who it was for. It was either Moses, or maybe not Moses, maybe the one after that. Maybe Wilt or James Worthy. He was our center, though, in an overall cheese lineup. Kind of similar to this Andre Roberson, except for, he's a little bit of a step above there, just because, he's an elite defense and rebounder, and he's at least an amethyst, or this Andre Roberson Sapphire. But next up is pink diamond Andre Iguodala, and I think he's just above John Havlicek. He has a little bit worse release, but he's better at everything else. He is undersized as well for a power forward, small forward. But I've had people clamp my center with him. If I'm using anybody under 7 foot, they'll put him on him, and dude, he has the strength, badges, the build, all that to lock them down. And then at the 4, dude, he's a mismatch as far as speed goes and everything. If they get to pushing the pace on you, Andre Iguodala is going to be one of the best cards in the game to do that at the 4 position. Next up is Galaxy Opal James Worthy, and the reason he's here is because, man, he has Michael Jordan, Lamar Odom-ish dribble, like a mixture of the two dribble package, with the profile behind the back, the Pro 6 hezzy like Jordan, but he has no handles for days. He is absolutely, I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put him up here, but he's absolutely elite, though, in the post on offense and defense. He's a great rebounder. He can guard all 5 positions. He's one of the best dunkers in the game. That's why we got him right there. We're going to put him up on the S tier, but I'm not a fan of base 11 this year with gold quick draw. It is just too slow, and I feel like I released early a lot, trying not to get contested, people closing out on me. Next up is this diamond Jonathan Isaac, and Jonathan Isaac, he's missing range extender, or he'd be S tier in the game. Dude, 6'11", elite post and perimeter defender. He's got a great release. He's a decent dribbler, great dunker. But yeah, just that's the only thing holding him back, man. He just doesn't have that range extender, the shooting badges that he needs. Next up is Galaxy Opal Lonzo Ball. I got him up here on the S tier, and he's the best passer in the game to me. And his defense is up there. He also is an amazing dunker. Like, dude just gets the rim. And then he has that Pro 6 behind the back where he can, like, freaking hunt threes. dribble in, do the behind the back, and just basically turn around and dribble right back to where he was, peekaboo 3. The only problem with that is the hitch in his release. But when you are canceling with this card, the hitch is not near as bad, so it is something to think about. Next up is this Pink Diamond Ben Wallace, and basically, dude, this is like a similar card to the James Worthy. They're both 6'9". They both are missing handles for days from being elite and overall in this game. But Ben Wallace does have offensive quick draw. He does have gold range extender like James. They're very similar cards. Even Robert Covington. Those 3 cards are all play a similar role for you. Protect, guard all 5 positions. Great working. Passing lanes, getting, long defenders can guard any position. Yeah, that's why they're one of my favorite cards in the game. Unfortunately, compared to these two, they were free and he's 40K, so he might be a little bit high. Next up is the Galaxy Opal Clyde Drexler, and if Galaxy Opal Clyde Drexler had a behind the back, he'd be S tier. He'd be just as good, if not better than GOAT Michael Jordan. It's just something about this dude. When he gets going, he's the only person I've seen in takeover that's similar to Jordan, where they just jump from anywhere on the court and start dunking on people. However, his behind the back and release they're pretty tough, man. Next up is Pink Diamond Dennis Rodman, and though he may be the best defender in the game, his release is Jason Kiddish, and his dribble moves are Wilt Chamberlain. So having 2 pretty big liabilities like that on the offensive side of the ball brings him down here to A tier. But if you're not going to shoot with him, if you can get by, if you're an ISO player, and you might want to use him out there. But for me, man, my shooting guard needs to be just as good of a playmaker as my point guard, because I like to mix it up. Next up, we got Russell Westbrook, and there was 2 pictures of him, so he's going down there on D tier. Next up is Rick Fox. And Rick Fox, I'll put him on C tier. He's a career highlights card. I'm sure he's got some crazy weird Nerf stuff. But if you're looking for a, small forward or power forward to stand in the corner and pop threes on offense and then be absolutely amazing defender, then Rick Fox is your dude. He is a free card. I mean, he's probably just as good as John Havlicek, but they don't really play the same position. But if you're going to play him small forward, I'd probably pick Rick Fox over Havlicek. Next up is Galaxy Opal Dick Van Arsdale. And I really have not found a flaw with this card. I want to say that he's 6'5", so he might be a little bit short, but dude, he has 80-something block, strength, he has all the badges. He's one of the best dribblers in the game. People say that new Paul Westphal they talk about how he dribbles, not as many people have as Dick Van Arsdale or the opportunity to get him because he was free on Triple Threat offline. I just got lucky and got him, and dude, he's a better version of that Paul Westphal. Next up is Pink Diamond Charles Oakley, and here you go. A perfect example of one of the best defenders in the game who can't really dribble. His release is kind of slow, and he doesn't get to the rim and dunk. It feels like he wants to do layups every damn time. And for that reason, I put him down here. I mean, he's a little better than Theo Ratliff, but not really that much. He does have range extender, but I ain't seen anybody just popping threes with him. So, man, he might be better than me. I don't know. But, that's the B tier and below is just going to be pretty much straight up defense. Ben Simmons, man, Ben Simmons, we have to put him up on B tier because he's an elite playmaker and dunker. So, we'll move him up. Charles Oakley, though, that's a flaw for me. Next up is this Pink Diamond Rudy Tomjanovich. And, guys, I hate to do it, but I'm moving Rudy Tomjanovich there, and I'm dropping. Oh boy, who am I gonna drop? I'm dropping Galaxy Opal James Worthy down, and it's not that Rudy Tomjanovich it has elite badges on defense or even stats. It's just that he's one of those cards that's everything is there, and he can do it all. And he's one of the best chase down post rim protectors in the game. He blocked so many shots. My son, I turned around and saw him blocking 2 or 3 in a row. Then I was using him. I'm like, screw, man, he's good. His release is Kobe with a different upper. It's actually better than Kobe's. It might be similar to Wes Unseld's, But he's 6'9", and he's white Giannis, basically. Next up is Pink Diamond Caron Butler. And Caron, gonna go here on A tier. This dude is like Hall of Fame rebound chaser and moving track. Look, I'm gonna move him here. I gotta move Dick Van Arsdale down, and Dick Van Arsdale's personal preference for me. But Caron Butler, like 90 plus on strength, speed, three-pointer, dunking, like he just randomly is an amazing post player on offense and defense. Michael Jordan's animations, the Pro 6 has he, Pro 3 behind the back. He's similar release to Jordan's too. Like, dude, yeah, man, that card is super slept on. Next up is this Galaxy Opal Elvin Hayes and a career highlights card. So, they didn't hook him up that much, and obviously he's not on Wilt's level, but dude, just an amazing lockdown post defender, rebounder. He's good on the offensive post too. Like, I mean, I would compare him kind of to this Roman. He can guard probably two. I don't even maybe he'll guard to one. He can guard damn near every position. But his offense is going to struggle a little bit. He doesn't really have the best shooting badges, and I mean, he's 6'9", so he's undersized. He's going to be limited to playing power forward mostly. I play him at center right now, but I tell you, I'm 2-1, so it's nothing spectacular. Next up is this Jared Dudley, and he's a little bit undersized, but for someone that I still feel like he's pretty good. His speed is in the 80s, though. Not really great dribble moves, but the release is elite. And, stealing the ball. Like, he's one of the best in the passing lanes. I think he is Hall of Fame interceptor. He's got a lot of good badges, man. And he's just a really good card. People just don't like Jared Dudley. I mean, it's the Spotlight Sim card. What do you say? Next up is this Diamond OG Anunoby. And, are you going to play him or are you going to play Ben Simmons? I think I would take him over Ben Simmons most of the time. So, I don't know, man. He just Hall of Fame post move, lockdown, goal range, okay dribbler. Like, Ben Simmons is a better dribbler, so Ben Simmons has that going for him, and he's a pretty good dunker. But he's not on Ben Simmons' level, so they're about the same. Next up is Galaxy Opal Nate Thurmond, and dude, he's basically 100K Wilt. He is a big body build though. Dude, he's kind of like if Charles Barkley was 7 foot. This is what he would be like, or Zion Williamson or something. Crazy. He just can't shoot as good. He has a money release though. It's really glitchy. I don't know which one it is, but he moves around the floor fast as hell. I replaced Eddie Curry with him, and the only difference was I wasn't shooting peekaboo threes with this card. But he can hit triple threat from three, and he can hit from the corners, so, that's good. He feels so similar to Wilt. It's not even funny. He's one of the best rebounders and rim protectors in the game. That's why I got him up there on the S tier for defenders. If you want a defensive build center, this is your guy. Next up is the Pink Diamond Paul Silas, and, he was one of my favorite cards, but I think they nerfed him and Cam Reddish's gold Paul George release, and I believe the John Morants to have them, because the Paul George gold release is just slowed down so much, and obviously they're releasing a Galaxy Opal John Morant, so they want it to feel amazing, and I would imagine we're probably going to get a Galaxy Opal Paul George and Cam Reddish before the end of the year. Dude, Paul Silas, one of the few cards you can run at the 3 that has Hall of Fame moving truck, brick wall, clamps, and range extender and quick first step with good dribble moves. I know it's crazy, but dude, he is a do-it-all card. And if you're a guy that works off ball, runs screens, plays, Paul, having that at the being able to have Hall of Fame brick wall at the 3 is huge. Next up is this Diamond Joe Smith, and dude, I don't like his release. His dribble moves are OG Anunoby's basically. They have the same ones, the same SIGs, but a 6'11" defender at the 3 or 4. I'd probably put him here. You got to go up here on A tier, man, because, dude, he's so good. And he's so good in the post on offense. It's just, we don't play that way anymore. We run 5 out, we run 4 out, 1 in. And so the 4 kind of gets, I hear people talking about, the 4, you know, and the post and stuff. And it's like, bro, you're only rebounding on defense because, yeah, your 4 is outside most of the time. But next up, Galaxy Opal Dave Cowens. And, dude, if he didn't have a 50-something shot contest and I believe reaction time, I would have him up there on A tier. But I got to put him on B tier because, like, dude, you don't, like, you just don't, like, have that stuff and be able to play elite level defense. And this is about defense. Like, if it was a just overall, I mean, yeah, sure, you might even be S tier out of these cards. You probably would be. But, like, the fact that you have a liability on defense, I'll put you down here on B tier. And I don't believe he's available to get any more, too. So, yeah, no harm, no foul there. Corey Burr, similar situation with him. Slow release, bad dribble moves. But on a 6, they're the same size. These two cards are the same size. He's a 6'9" shooting guard, small forward. Dave Cowens is a 6'9" center power forward. But, yeah, I mean, Corey Burr, on the first, if you look at 2KMT Central, on the first page of defenders of the shooting guard, he is 6'9". So, I mean, dude, that's huge. And he's elite in, like, running the floor in transition, on defense, still on the ball. He just lacks where that release is just not there. It's not that good of a release at all. Next up is this Pink Diamond Magic Johnson. And, man, I put him here below. Yeah, he can play point guard. So I got to put him on B tier. He can't shoot, though. And he is a career highlights card, so you know they'd be nerfing those somehow. I don't really know how, but, I mean, it's Magic Johnson, dude. You got good animations. He's going to have good playmaking. And I believe he's Hall of Fame clamps, too, for a 6'9" point guard. That's elite. Next up is Galaxy Opal Mel Daniels, and he's kind of similar to Dave Cowens, except for, like, he has some elite stuff about him, but, like, he doesn't have any nerf jobs like Dave Cowens does on defense, but he is undersized like Dave Cowens for that position. And Mel Daniels feels like 6'4", but, like, dude, I think you could run this card at the 4, and I think he has better animations, dribbling and stuff than Dave Cowens. And that's why I'm putting him here over Dave Cowens, and mainly because of the stupid shot contest and reaction time. Like, that really just made me mad because most of these cards in this list had all green stats. But I included Dave Cowens because he was rated up there pretty high still, even with a 50-something on reaction time and shot contest. Next up, we got Galaxy Opal Jason Kidd, and man, I'm putting him on the A tier. Dude, so he's going to be better at everything than Michael Ray Richardson, except for his release. Michael Ray Richardson's going to have a better release. And he's going to dunk a little bit better, but this Jason Kidd actually dunks pretty good, but it's still Jason Kidd, and so he's going to dunk. He just doesn't have the dunk package to do it, but he does have some nice hop-step dunk animations. He can finish at the rim, but he just is, yeah, his release, like, he does have Hedo's leaner, though, and so that's something to look out for. You can't shoot off the dribble with this card, and with him having a slower release, his moving shots have a bigger green window and are the same quick speed as, like, Hedo's would be, but the green window seems bigger because he doesn't brick them near as much. I don't care what DBG says, don't use this card. If you want some elite defense and playmaking at the 1, he's one of those cards that, like, if you have your openness turned up and you're passing just with A, he's not going to throw the ball into a baited situation. He's just way too smart, high IQ player. Next up is this Pink Diamond Reggie Theus, and man, like, after just saying that and thinking Reggie Theus is here, we got Michael Ray, we got Jason Kidd. Oh man, dude, like, that makes it tough. Like, so I can't overflow my thing here. Let's see where to move. Magic's going down 1 here. Joe Smith, put Ben Simmons down. There we go. And we move Reggie Theus up to this top row here. Reggie Theus is elite point guard. He's just a step below the Opals, man. Like, his release is a little bit slow. He can't do as much as Jason Kidd does. He doesn't have the stats and doesn't have as many badges. Like, we got to put him back down there. I would take him over Magic Johnson every day, so Magic Johnson stays down here. And the same with, like, taking a guy like Joe Smith over Ben Simmons or OG is that they have and Jared Dudley. They have the ability to shoot the ball where he doesn't, even though their dribble moves probably aren't as good. You know, that binge is still a lot more limited. Next up is Pink Diamond Darius Miles, and if you don't like his release, then you might not have him here, but like if you do like that quick standing release, he's an elite dribbler, he's an elite defender, rebounder, elite speed, elite dunker, like one of the best cards in the game in my opinion. Same with this Wes Unseld, one of the best point guards in the game, no matter the tier. Like dude is up there on the extra elite level. Kobe Bryant release, similar to Rudy Tomjanovich release. They both have some of the fastest releases in the game. Wes Unseld missing a few defensive badges that he would normally probably have on Hall of Fame or on gold now because they moved him to point guard. But yeah, big point guard. He feels nice. I really like him. Next up is this Pink Diamond Larry Johnson, and a lot of people might say he's undersized. He's 6'7". He's one of the most athletic cards in the game, and dude's build is ripped. He has a great quick release. I dropped 27 in the fourth quarter with this card, made some dude rage quit when it was like I was down 6 going into it. It was the craziest thing ever. And he rage quit with like 15 seconds to go, but you know those are the wins that feel the best because, hey man, you just made somebody quit that thought they were going to win the game. You really pissed this dude off. You know you play good, and so. Like, just for that matter, he gets snatch block animations, which, you know, not a lot of cards get those. He gets them at the small forward or power forward position. He is a value option. His dribbling moves aren't the greatest, but they're also not the worst. I mean, at least he does have some decent animations. Next up is Galaxy Opal Isaiah Thomas, and he's a 6-foot point guard. So he's going on B tier because, like, dude, I mean, I've tried to use these point guards, and the only 6-foot point guards that work in this game, or 6 foot to 6'3" ones, are the ones that are elite level peak shooters, because and with dribble moves that are hard to guard. Because, like, dude, that's the thing about this Isaiah is that he's not going to be that, I don't think anyway, and that's going to keep him from, you know, being super elite. I'd take Jason Kidd or Michael Ray Richardson over him. I've not used this card though. He might be higher up. I might be sleeping on it for sure. Next up is this Mcgwire, and he feels like an upgraded Andre Iguodala to me. He's not better than Paul Silas.
Come on, I want to do the dance.
I'm going to move Andre Iguodala down to the B tier, man. I hate to do that, but like, I'm going to have to move Iguodala down to B tier, and Mcgwire is D-Wade. Like, he has all D-Wade's animations. His release, I don't think is D-Wade's, but his release is very good. And if you like, you know, if you had like a slow player without clamps that you're running against him for, you could run him there. He's great in triple threat though. Oh my God, he's good. He doesn't have a ton of dunk animations, but he has like ones that send him like flailing at the rim, like you sit out of a freaking rocket launcher. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like favorite cards. But his dribble moves are absolutely amazing. Yeah, he's super good. Next up, we got Galaxy Opal Spencer Haywood, and dude, he's basically gonna be like a Mel Daniels or a what's the other guy? Where is he? Oh, Elvin Hayes. With better animations than Elvin Hayes, but he's kind of a glitchy little card. He does have kind of a catapult release, I think, but like, dude, he has some of the coolest animations. Like, I think him and Paul Silas are very similar cards, and I like them both. Next up is Pink Diamond Larry Nance, and a 6'10" small forward. He is pretty tall playing there, but like, dude, just don't. I don't feel like he dribbles very well. If I can remember correctly, I haven't played with him a lot. I don't like his release. It's kind of a little bit like long. The bar seems thin at the top. Just feels like it's hard to green. I mean, like, see, like, I think like I think he might not be fast enough, but like, I don't know how I'm putting Jonathan Isaac here, but this is a value list, and he's 25 to 30 KMT, so yeah, maybe I shouldn't have him up there down that far, but well, that's what it is. Next up, we got Bob Mcadoo, and Bob Mcadoo on C tier. I tried to use him to replace Nate Thurmond because he was like 80K instead of 100 at the time. And dude, this card shoots worse than Nate Thurmond does. Doesn't have much better dribble animations. I mean, He doesn't move around the floor as well, and he's smaller, but he's not bad. I mean, he could be great on defense. He could be a great rebounder, but being undersized still, like, you still have to be like on it, and for him to limit himself to the floor, it's kind of tough. I mean, like, he's definitely not as good as Dave Cowens. I wouldn't put him on that level, so yeah, I'm moving down there. Next up, we have Diamond Corliss Williamson, and though this is one of my favorite cards, and he's an amazing defender, he can't shoot for shit. Even though he has a good release, it just doesn't go in for me. I even like sniped one with it. Who puts a fear of God shoe on Corliss Williamson? I'm running him right now on my budget squad. But yeah, they give his card like T-Mac dribble animations and like J.R. Smith release, but like his 3-point rating's too low to green consistently, and you just can't shoot off the dribble with him because he can't shoot. He has no post game, so you know you're gonna go play him at the 4, I guess. I mean, even if you shoot in the post from the 4, but just a weird card, man. But I mean, dude, I went to Arkansas. Corliss Williamson, the MVP, the only national championship we ever won. So yeah, he gets on the list, and he is an elite defender. Like he's a wide body defender, kind of like Draymond Green type of defender out there for you, dude. Yeah, I mean, he just like can't shoot near as good as Draymond Green. He dribbles better, but like you just dribble into what though, because he can't shoot. Next up is Diamond Paul Westphal, and Diamond Paul Westphal, dude, is basically Dick Van Arsdale that could play the 1. Like he's one of the best, like highest rated defensive cards. Like I rated these cards, sorted them on 2K20 Central by defense. I didn't come up with this list just randomly. I did select some and skip some cards, but that was only because they were over 100 KMT in price. But yeah, these are the best of the rest. And Paul Westphal, dude, is dribble moves are amazing. He's got, I think, Ray Allen's release. He can dunk, go to the basket. Yeah, dude, just simply amazing. And lastly here, we got this Pink Diamond Dino Raja. And I feel like Pink Diamond Dino Raja is Wilt Chamberlain that could shoot better and dribble better. I gotta say it like that. But not quite the level of defender that Wilt Chamberlain is. So yeah, I mean, they're kind of similar. Like if you don't have Wilt Chamberlain, you want a card like Wilt Chamberlain, you can get him over the weekend. Dino Raja would be a good replacement. He's just like his dribble moves aren't as glitchy as like what people think, but he is a center, so that does make him pretty glitchy. And he is an elite hop dunker. Oh my god, like post dunker. He's elite in this game. So just kind of go back through here. You see any of these cards on this top tier here with point guards: Lonzo, Westphal, Draymond, Wes Unseld. Those, I mean, I really can't have that many up there, bro. Like that's just too many. I'm putting Paul Westphal down. I'm gonna put Paul Westphal on A tier just because, like, dude, he is a diamond, and you know he may be able to hang with Draymond, Lonzo, and Wes, but like, is he gonna hang with the upper tier of overall cards that are, you know, millions of, hundreds of thousands, millions of MT? Probably not as well. I did, you know, have had good games with him, but I don't think he's quite to that level. I don't know. He just is 6'5", might be missing it, and he's not, just doesn't have his elite stats and badges as Lonzo does. And there's Wes Unseld now too. There's a good dribbler. It's just not quite the Paul Westphal, Dick Van Arsdale dribble packages are amazing. And I hate putting them here, but dude, you got to move somebody down. Shooting guards, best ones: Julius Erving, Rudy Larusso. They can do both. Caron, Butler, and even Wes Unseld. I like him as shooting guards. Small forwards, we got Larry Johnson. We got Robert Covington, Rudy Larusso. I play him there a lot. Ben Wallace, Darius Miles, small forward, power forward position. Draymond Green is great there too. And then like I'll play Wilt and Nate Thurmond at the 4 and 5 as well. Larry Johnson there, and you can play Dino there as well. They can all hit from the corner, and that's where the 4 will line up at most of the time. And I think any of these cards, A or S tier, you could pretty much just use any of them. They're all pretty much equal. This is how I ranked them. The rest of these guys down here, dude, just great cheap free options. Because these are a little bit, I think, obviously a little bit harder to get than these down here. And you know, if you can't get those, and you need elite defense on your team. Like, not everybody on your team has to be able to do everything. You need whatever your play style is. You need your point guard. Like, for me, my point guard needs to be able to play, make, and shoot. So, like, Pete Maravich is one of my favorite point guards who can do that, but he's not that great on defense. So when I start running into a problem with him, I need one of these guys to be running it off my bench, or to be my sixth man that's in that 11 through 13 spot. You know, sticking a guy like Jason Kidd down there, even though DBG says doesn't use him. Like, dude, if you get into a game where Pistol Pete is not hitting shots for you, or Stephen Curry's not hitting shots for you, like, you can't just leave them in, because not only are they going to be bad on offense, but it's going to affect, when they get cold, it's going to make their defense twice as bad as it was before. And just because somebody has clamps doesn't mean they're good at defense. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't rate these cards the best defenders in the game under 100K or free. That was 2K Empty Central. You can go check it out for yourself. I'll put a link to the sorted list on there. You can see where all of them rank compared to your favorite opals in the game. I hope you enjoy the tier list. This is Carson Cruz. Peace.